Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back. First of all, if you would like to support me and the channel, my PayPal will be in the description, so thank you very much. And I'm back with part 3 of What If Naruto Was Ruthless with the 6 Eyes Limitless Technique. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other series over on Animaking 3, and Anime Symbol. Yes, guys, I indeed have 3 more channels, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. And also, if you want your What If to be done by me, simply comment on any of the latest videos and I'll jot them down for future use. So without further ado or wasting more time, how about we begin this brand new episode? Let's jump right into this. Begin now, guys. So, the last part that we left off. Naruto Uzumaki, 16 years old. He was all known about the Elemental Nation due to him assassinating a lightning daimyo, putting a major target on his head. Naruto went toe to toe with the Mizukage. The battle shook the grounds. The battle caused mass destruction and chaos, as we get to see the amplification of blue, the amplification of red, the amplification of purple. As Naruto was showing off his skills that he learned over the years, we also get to see a flashback of the past, just how much Naruto has grown and the limits that were still on his techniques. The limits that once broken would allow Naruto to become a true monster. As Naruto started to use the collaboration of blue and red, purple, the destruction itself, Naruto was even able to create a vortex that was able to swallow the entire Tail Beast bomb, eviscerating it, completely absorbing and tearing apart the chakra. He had truly become a monster amongst monsters over the past couple of years. As Naruto clashed with the Mizukage, things got insane, and Naruto pulled out his most deadliest technique, the domain expansion. By the time Mei Terumi and the others arrived on the scene, the Mizukage was done. Some time passed as Naruto was there, waiting on what she promised him. She finally arrived with the answer that Naruto has been seeking. Naruto has been doing a lot, yes, a lot he has been doing out there. However, Naruto has been searching so long for Gato. Naruto has caused mass destruction and chaos in everything that Gato possessed. Naruto has hunted Gato. Naruto has destroyed Gato people. He has destroyed Gato things. Naruto wanted Gato to suffer, so he was hunting him. Time after time again, Naruto hunted him. Gato was in hiding. At the moment though, he was at the land of Wave, hiding away from Naruto, petrified and terrified of the monster that was chasing him, the monster that he had no idea what he did to deserve such, well, hate. Some time passed as Konoha, the team was sent there to protect Tazuna. A team consisting of Sakura Haruno, a young man named Sai, and Sasuke Uchiha. They were the younger generation. Naruto would have been above them as they were 13, he was 16. They did not know about him, but there was one person that did know about him though. And that was Kakashi Hatake. Yes, Kakashi knew about Naruto rather well. On the bridge, as Sai and Sasuke were able to combine their strength, they were giving Haku a run for his money, as they were clashing against him rather violently. However, the battle all came to a stop when Naruto arrived. Gato was also there as well, as he had Tsunami and Iniri. Tazuna was ready to give everything up until Naruto dropped both of the men that were holding the mother and child, allowing them to go free, allowing them to run away. As Naruto turned his wrath upon Gato and his people, with a simple pulse of his eyes, Naruto dropped every single thug just like that, as their mind collapsed in on itself, unable to bear the strain, unable to bear the true pressure of what Naruto was giving off. Naruto then used his bare fist and beat Gato down. Naruto did not stop until Gato was placed on the bridge. Bloody, destroyed in every single way, Naruto crushed him under his might. He trampled Gato, he beat him until he was coated in his blood. Finally, getting rid of Gato, as Naruto thought about the past. The memories of the past always haunted him that he didn't have the power back then to save her. The only person that he actually cared about in this world, and she was gone. We also got to see what happened to the Nine Tails. It was still a part of Naruto, but it was no longer the same. The Kurton mixed with the Nine-Tailed Fox and turned the Nine-Tail into a spiritual beast. Its power now coursing through Naruto's system more than ever before. The Nine-Tails was a ghostly figure, as his body looked like a spiritual demon, due to the Kurton, as it looked like black flames were consuming him. The Fox had tried to merge with Naruto to see what they would become. As the Fox mindset was no longer the same, that hatred that he once had, everything was different, due to the Kurton changing his entire makeup, making him something new, making him something improved, making him something far more dangerous and better as well. We also got to see how Naruto knew who Kakashi was. When the Kurton messed with his parents' chakra that was left inside of him, Naruto was able to see their life through his eyes, understand them, understand everything about them. And that is why he knew Kakashi Hatake. As Kakashi was stunned, the marks on his face. The marks on his face. He was sure that he wasn't mistaken. Not to mention the recent news that has been going around. As Naruto turned to look towards them, Kakashi was standing there firm. After all, Naruto has just taken down an entire, family of daimyos. And at the moment he was one of the most wanted. Killing a dignitary was one thing, killing an official was one thing, but wiping out an entire lineage of daimyos and his entire family, that was another matter entirely. And Kumo knew who he was, and they were hunting him down. So returning back to the village with him was going to be extremely complicated. So yeah guys, basically let's play it off. You guys can switch across and play check it out for yourselves to begin this new episode. The sight was rather intimidating as he stood there, covered in blood. All the fighting had come to a stop. Zabuza, Haku stood there as well. "Excuse me for a moment," said Naruto. His tone was polite, calm, as he made his way towards the end. He proceeded to step down on the water, walking on top of it. As he reached down and started to wash his hands in the blood, the bodies that were knocked off the bridge, suffocating due to their mind being unable to realize the danger that they were in. Naruto glanced towards one of the bodies. A memory flashed past his mind. Flashback. Naruto sat in a clearing, taking deep breaths. From head to toe he was stained in human blood. As he looked around at all the destruction and chaos. In the flashback, Naruto had found a camp with people like this. And the innocent children that he found, the unspeakable things that were done to them. He lost it. He lost his mind. The rage was just too overwhelming. Jumping back up on the bridge, Kakashi Hatake stood there, his hand extended so none of his members could pass him. The eyes of Naruto looking towards them very carefully. "You have nothing to fear from me. I didn't come here to attack you, or any one of you," said Naruto, looking at the others. "Now I know where I know you from. You're Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, Zabuza said, stepping forward. You were the one that annihilated the Lightning Daimyo and his entire family. Rather stupid thing to do. An entire nation is after your head, he said. People have been speaking about you a lot lately. Well, I have my reasons, Naruto said. I'm sure that you do. Whatever they are, they must be psychotic. Haku, let's go, Zabuza said, stepping by Naruto. As Naruto paid him no mind, Haku was watching Naruto carefully. Are we just gonna let them go? Sasuke questioned. Be quiet, Kakashi said. The situation was serious. Iniri and Tsunami was safe. Because of this man, Kazuna was grateful. You know me, Kakashi questioned, as Naruto had spoke his name like he knew him. Not personally, well you should know that. But I do know who you are. You're Kakashi Hatake, ninja of Konoha, said Naruto. I suppose that is obvious. But you know me. Yes, I do. You're Naruto Uzumaki. You're supposed to be a citizen of the village. A ninja of the village by this day. Yes, I suppose I was supposed to be one, said Naruto. Do you realize what your actions have placed on your name? Kakashi said. Do you realize how many people want you dead? It's not just the land of lightning. The entire civilization of Kumo and their entire allies. Yes, I'm quite aware. You seem concerned. You shouldn't be. It is not your name on the chopping block. Do you know that returning back to Konoha now will perhaps start an international incident, he said, trying to feel Naruto out. And who said I was going to return back to Konoha? It's your home. Naruto cut him off. I belong there. Is it because my parents came from that place? Yes. Before you ask, I know who they are. Minato Namikaze, Kushina Uzumaki. Sakura and Sai blink. Sasuke did not familiarize himself that much with the names of the past leaders. Wait, Minato Namikaze? Why do I know that name, Sakura said. Sai on the other hand was rather shocked. Not showing it well, but he was surprised. After all, he was a master at controlling his emotions. Kakashi did not expect this. However, it would explain a lot. And why is that, he said. Why won't you return to your home? It's not my home, said Naruto, looking away. It is. It is your home. And you're supposed to... Naruto grabbed Kakashi by the throat. It was rather shocking for everyone there, due to the distance between them. Kakashi had his Sharingan activated and yet he was too slow to react. Listen to me when I speak. It is not my home, said Naruto. Naruto looked him dead in the eyes. As Naruto's gaze was so overwhelming that Kakashi could not even raise his hand. You want to know why it's not my home? Because when I was a child, when I was nothing but an innocent child with a burden, your people decided that it was in their best interest to hire outside ninjas to kidnap me and left me for dead. So I don't want to hear this from your mouth. Naruto said, releasing the man. Kakashi staggered on his feet, trying to shrug off the sensation which was just so overwhelming. My work here is done, Naruto said, stepping past. Kakashi, the copy ninja, did not dare to make a move against Naruto. His senses just returning. Not to mention with the kids here. And after the brutality that he just saw, he did not know where Naruto's headset was. Kakashi Hatake decided to make the right choice that would possibly save his life and everyone's life here. Wait. Naruto paused. Thank you, Tsunami said, even after what she just saw, for saving me and my son. Immediately, Naruto's expression changed as he stepped towards Iniri and Tsunami. Tazuna was defensive but knew to ignore the man. "It's my pleasure," he said. He knelt in front of Iniri, placing a hand on the boy's shoulder. "Don't worry," he said. "Things will get better," he said to him, a small smile on his face. "Just get stronger so, next time, you can protect your mother and yourself. And your home," said Naruto. As he rose to his feet, they heard his footsteps, but he was no longer there. Almost like a ghost, glitching in and out of reality. He was gone. Sasuke wanted to know what the hell was that. Who the hell was that? Sai kept his mouth shut. Gotten some rather surprising information. Perhaps his master already knew about his, awareness in the world, but decided not to fill him in because this wasn't something that he needed to know. After all, his mission was clear. He supposed others would be on the case. Time skip. Hiruzen Sarutobi was stunned. All these years he believed that Naruto had ran away. What reason? What possible reason could there be why he lied about what happened? His anger, Kakashi believed it was justified. His anger was there for the past. After dismissing the team, Hiruzen sat down, thinking about the situation now. It won't be too long before Naruto is linked to Konoha. That was going to be a whole set of problems. However, if they were to bring him back to the village, that would be another set of problems that might trigger into a war with Kumo. There has never truly been an assassination like this before. Yes, daimyos have been killed in the past, but entire lineage wiped out like that. Something like this had never been seen before. That is why the world was so up in arms about it at the moment. This was much worse than he thought. Time skip. Naruto thought a lot about returning back to Konoha and burning the village down to the ground. They were the one that set his path. However, Naruto did not want a path where he did not know he carried. Yes, the pain that he felt, the pain that he still feels is truly awful in every single way. However, because of that pain, he saved so many lives. He's annihilated so many monsters from this world. However, those people, after all his father did for them, after all his mother did for them by holding the tail beast, that was the only reason why Konoha wasn't destroyed. That was the only reason why Konoha didn't have to face him as an enemy, because despite everything his parents, it was their home, and they will remember as their home, and people remember it as his parents' home. They sacrificed so much. He felt like he would be spitting on that sacrifice if he were to attack the village, so he left it be. At the moment, Naruto sat in a restaurant, the knife and fork in his hand as he sliced through the steak and bit down. Killing Gato was something that he was always going to do. But there was still so much. He did not leave the wave right away. Those that were able to escape, Naruto kidnapped a few of them, as he was able to get some rather great information that would link him back to Gato's entire system that was still living on. He had destroyed majority of it, but there was still connections out there. Connections that he would make sure leave this earth. Naruto placed both of his hands on the table as the waitress came over towards him, asking if there was anything else that he would desire. Naruto looked towards the woman, his face calm. "I'm sorry," he said. She looked confused until he pulled her towards him and moved out of the way, saving her life as the weapons. They hit the table, stabbing in it. The woman was frightened and afraid as he held her. With one hand, Naruto flipped the table and threw it, causing the ninjas to move away. As all the others rose up, in the entire restaurant. There was only 2 tables that were not ninjas that were hired to kill him. Due to his actions, well, many want him dead, not just Kumo but many. Naruto released the woman, allowing her to run away, her life intact, the other 2 tables carrying away. Naruto looked around him as he was surrounded from all angles. He thrust his hands out and leaped into the air as all of them were pulled together. They were shocked by the attraction. Naruto then sent them away, but the force that they were hit with, the red energy crushed in their bones. However, more emerged, launching weapons towards him. Naruto stomped on the ground, kicking up the chair, using it as it stuck all the kunais and shurikens inside of it. He then threw it back. With an explosion, all the shrapnels were sent all over the restaurant. Naruto flipped away as earth spikes erupted from the ground, jumping against the wall. A hand emerged from it, trying to wrap around him, but Naruto spun. His hand broke through and gripped the ninja and ripped him out. Naruto turned as they fell to the ground, but the ninja neck was broken as Naruto picked his body up, using it. Electricity and fire hit the body as Naruto threw it back. However, Naruto did not just release it. You could see the small little pulsating ball. Boom! It erupted outwards, sending purple shockwave everywhere, cracking the walls. Naruto flipped away. The ground beneath him started to light up the moment he landed. An explosion swallowed him. Several ninjas landed. When 3 of them fell down to the ground, Naruto standing there, his blade in hand. One turned and tried to decapitate him. Naruto weaved under the blow, grabbing the wrist and breaking it. He pulled the ninja down and cracked his knee into his face. He then grabbed his body and slammed him into his own friend, allowing him to kill his friend with his kunai. Naruto spun them around and launched them, delivering 3 brutal strikes. He then ducked under the sword. He knocked him right between the legs and flipped over and grabbed him. Naruto slammed his head down into the pavement. He turned and saw the massive lightning dragon raining towards him. Naruto pulled away, showing his speed as he dodged the lightning. It eviscerated the 2 men that were next to him. Naruto appeared on the building behind the individual. He spun, but Naruto grabbed his arms. However, Naruto had to jump back as his body erupted, exploding in lightning. Naruto landed on top of the roof. This one was not normal. Naruto finally reached up and lifted up. The blindfold, the moment he did, he ducked, dodging 3 kunais as he saw the cracking of the roof, a sword about to rip through the back of his head. Naruto turned and pushed himself backwards. He flipped away and rolled. The ground underneath him started to tremble as the ceiling was made of thick stone. An explosion triggered, but Naruto was already gone, skipping across the roof. Naruto picked up the weapons and threw them back. The enemy threw them precisely as they deflect upon one another. The both of them met at the edge as they traded blows. Naruto grabbed the arm and spun him, but the 2 of them spun as the ninja kicked Naruto away. Naruto flipped as he landed on top of the podium, gazing downwards as he was back in the restaurant. "You're good," the man said, stepping inside, as he was wearing a full face mask. He reached up and finally undid it, placing the mask down to the ground. As Naruto gazed down towards him, the other ones that you took down were simply hired gun. Small crops, if you would call them that. "Do you know who I am?" he questioned. "Should I?" said Naruto. "Well, I suppose you wouldn't. Many people don't really know me, but they call me the Reaper." "The Reaper," said Naruto. He heard that name before. "You're the one that hunt the hunters," Naruto said. "Exactly." The Reaper had a nasty slash from his right eye to his left. It was going straight over the bridge of his nose, but he was perfectly able to see. He had silver hair, blue eyes as he looked at Naruto. It's a lot more money there, hunting the hunters after all. Your head, there is so much. Perhaps the largest that has ever been placed in the elemental nation. Then again, you did kill an entire family of daimyos. Well, potential daimyos. After all, if the lineage is weak, anyone amongst the blood shall retain the title. But you exterminated all of that. So I believe that is why. Before I take you down though, I am curious. What exactly pushed your motives? What exactly gave you the idea to do something like this? To become one of the most wantedest men in the entire world? Was it sheer stupidity? After all, people are not that naive. Or are you just that confident in your own power, he said, believing that you can't be bested? You know, for someone that claimed to hunt the hunters, you really should be aware of your surroundings, knowing when you're already outdone. The Reaper gazed to his left and right as he smirked. You think I'm gonna fall for that, he said. I am not your average ninja that you can defeat so easily. You're going to fall by my hands today. And that is a promise, he said. It's over, he whispered. Behind Naruto. I told you. You're a lot of talk for someone that doesn't already know when it's over, Naruto said. The Reaper was confused. The Reaper that was standing down there was a special technique of his. He called it the hologramic clone, able to create a perfect copy of himself. But it was just a hologramic, made from chakra. The real one appeared behind Naruto, but he could not touch him. Impossible. My timing was perfect. How? He said, forcing his blade to reach Naruto, but unable to. He felt it. Yes, he did. His speed was not able to react in time. You could see inside as Naruto reached and pull his stomach open. There was no blood or anything. But inside you could see all of his organs pull forward. As you could see the flicker of blue. Naruto then pushed. You could see everything rushing back forward. Blood flew from his mouth, ears, and nose. Even his eyes started to bleed. His body smashed through the giant wall. He was coughing up blood. Ow! I got him. This doesn't make any sense, he said, struggling to get back to his feet. Taking a breath was agony. However, he looked up to see Naruto in front of him. Naruto's hand was outstretched. Naruto started to turn his hand, moving in a strange rhythm, a strange way. You could see the distortion changing, turning and twisting. The Reaper tried to step back, he tried to move, but Naruto hit him with it. A strange pulse that flooded into the Reaper. I call this one Abyss Spiral, Naruto said. The Reaper felt his arm twitch, then his leg. His body started to function unnaturally. It was a spiraling spear of attraction energy, curse energy, and spiral tear. Function like a reverse Rasengan. Instead of pushing out all matter, the energy pulled matter towards the center, and with contact made, all of that energy want to come back. But the attachment that it made with the, victim started to come back as well. And it started to grow smaller. So the Reaper inside and outside started to crush and crumble together. He was erased. It left behind no blood, just dust and fragmented molecules. As Naruto stood there, one of his most dangerous techniques. However, the range was the problem. It wasn't a wide-range technique. He had to be close to you to send it through your system. So just a few feet away. That was its only downfall. Other than that, resisting that would require the power of, well, the stronger tail beasts to try to resist the retracting force that was pulling back through your system. Even then it would be difficult and burn the user out, and even then Naruto would kill them. The visual of the technique was a deep black orb with a blue spiraling halo before Naruto shot it outwards. Naruto looked around as he made his way towards one of the survivors that was wounded in the leg. Naruto ripped his mask off. How about we have a little conversation? Time skip. Destruction, as Naruto was interrogating someone. Who is this person? Naruto questioned. I don't know. It was so long ago. Naruto dealings led him to a lot, as Naruto was searching for someone. Whoever this was, they have to be incredibly powerful, able to evade almost everything. Their information is well guarded and kept. However, Naruto had their trail and he was hunting them. Whoever this person is, they're mixed up in so much of the children trafficking thing. They've taken more children than most people. Naruto could only imagine, and the rage it sent through him. Once again, another Naruto set to blaze, burning the compound, wiping out sickness from the world. Time skip. Jiraiya finally believed that he knew exactly where Naruto was. In the first earlier years, after a few years of search, he gave up. He was one of the best spy master in the world, and yet he was able to get absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. However, with the recent information resurfacing, Jiraiya was able to sneak into Kiri, even with the village trying to get back into a proper standpoint, closing down their borders, rounding up their shinobis. He was a spy master after all, and he was able to gather some rather lucrative information. He also received word from Konoha, a letter from Hiruzen himself. Now that part shocked him. Why would Naruto lie about what the villagers did? He understood why Naruto would be filled with hate and rage. And Kakashi Hatake made a good choice, not attacking Naruto, because Naruto defeated the Mizukage. As shocking as it sounds, his information was solid. He defeated the Mizukage. Mei Terumi and others there were trying to keep it quiet, but Jiraiya knew how to get information. He also went deep. Jiraiya went deep. He knew the world was broken to a sense, but the further he go, the more broken he saw the world truly was. And he learned about the deals that the daimyo family of the lightning was messed up in, following trails, as he realized that all these people were linked to some underground trafficking ring. They were all monsters. Public view had no idea about this, so to them Naruto was a monster, but he was actually cleaning up this broken world. Boom! The Sannin heard the explosion. Finally, he got back with some of his people, and the information led him here. With an impressive amount of speed, Jiraiya raced through the foliage, arriving towards the destroyed area. No hesitation, he jumped down, as it was an underground system. Leaping downwards, the Sannin ran, running down the hall. When he finally arrived, the lights broken on the ground, some still up, a battle taking place. Jiraiya saw a bunch of kids, terrified, afraid, hunkering towards the wall area when a kunai was thrown. The explosive tag went off. A massive piece of debris was falling down. The Sanin blades off, but he was too far. He wouldn't make it in time. Someone best him to it though. Naruto was there, holding up the massive chunk of earth. He held it. The children, looking terrified and afraid. However, his words, despite what he was holding, was able to nurture them to know that they were going to be okay. He tossed it away as it crashed on the ground. He brought his hand up as a clone materialized beside him. The children were afraid as he let them know that it was going to be alright. He started to lead them through another system part of the tunnel, his clone, getting them to safety. The Sanin rushed forward as Naruto turned, gripping his blade, but when he saw him, he stopped. "Why are you here?" said Naruto. "For you," said Jiraiya. "We need to talk." Naruto turned his head. "Not now," he said, speeding off down the hall. Jiraiya followed after him though. "Wait," he said, but Naruto paid him no mind. The moment Naruto kicked the door open, 5 ninjas descended upon him. Jiraiya's eyes went wide, but all of their weapons met an invisible force. Naruto then spun and split their heads clean open. His blade was incredibly sharp and powerful. No hesitation, no remorse. As he saw the person, Naruto disappeared, reappearing and slammed the man into the wall. He held him there. "I told you, you couldn't hide from me," said Naruto. "What the hell is going on?" said Jiraiya. "Who is that?" he questioned. There was a lot for him and Naruto to talk about, but the situation seemed to be really bad. "He's a ghost," Naruto said. The man had dark black hair, dark eyes. He looked like your common thug, but far from it. This man was powerful, not in terms of actual ability, but the things that he's done. He was a part of a system that was so large, a system that Naruto has found due to the links that Gato possess, and someone that was contributing and receiving more from the system than anyone else. Tell me." Naruto pulled out the file. As the pickup was there, "Who is this?" Naruto demanded answers to know who was this individual. There was no name, nothing. Only thing that showed that they even exist was the pickup. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no name there." Naruto released the man, but he did not fall. "Would you rather putting your life on the line for one of your disgusting clients? I'll make you a fair deal. Give me the name of this person, and I'll let you live." I said I don't know. When Naruto stepped forward, the man was pushed into the wall. Jiraiya tried to interject. "Stay out of this," Naruto said. "Do you have any idea what kind of man he is?" "You don't. So be quiet." Naruto turned back. It was the Limitless. With each step that Naruto took, the man was being pressed into the wall. "Please stop," he begged. "I said I don't know. When I reach 5, you're going to die. You're not going to exist anymore. You're just going to be gone. Giving up your life for someone that used you as a pawn for their own good." Naruto stepped once more. The man was being pressed into the wall. His bones started to fracture. "Wait!" Naruto stopped. I do know. I do know who it is. But I can't tell you. They'll kill me. What exactly do you think I'm about to do?" The petrified face as he looked up towards Naruto. "Fine." As Naruto leaned down, the man whispered something to him as Jiraiya did not hear what the man had said. Naruto turned his back, realizing that this was his chance to leave. This was his chance to run away. Naruto already had the man's system. So he knew where the others were, but this person in particular was greater than the other ones. As the man reached the doorway, he saw his legs. He saw his stomach. He saw his chest. He was confused. How was his body ahead of him? He did not even know that he was already dead. The lack of remorse, the lack of hesitation as Naruto removed his head, just like the others. His corpse collapsing on the ground. Jiraiya was stunned. The ruthlessness, the brutality. Naruto looked up towards the man. You shouldn't feel bad for him. Thousands of innocent children, thousands of innocent people are captured and categorized by him, sent out, used, manipulated, and abused on a daily basis. The world has no idea who he is. He's just that good. How did you find him? Jiraiya said. I'm better, said Naruto. Now tell me, why have you tracked me down? What possible reason could you desire to speak to me? Naruto said, looking at the man. You know who I am? Jiraiya questioned. Yes, Jiraiya, one of the 3 Sanins. But not just that, my godfather. He was surprised. So, you know that as well? Yes, I know a lot, said Naruto. If you're here to try and convince me to return back to the Hidden Leaf, you will just be wasting your time. That village is not my home anymore. It used to be, but it stopped being my home when my own villagers decided that it was in their best interest to send someone to capture me and left me for dead. I don't apologize, said Naruto. It's not your fault. Then again, you were never there. And if I'm not mistaken, the whole reason for godparents are for the parents, well, in case of death, the godparents are supposed to take care of the child. But you were never there. Your excuse is going to be something. Perhaps you had your spine at work. Perhaps you were lost after my father's death. Perhaps you were sad. Well, that doesn't mean much. I had nothing. And no one. And you want to know what exactly happened after that? After your village that you have so much faith and pride in left me to die, I was captured, abused and beaten on a daily basis, used as a slave. So, give me one reason, one justifiable fact that you can say to me that would allow me to peacefully walk inside of the Hidden Leaf village and accept that place once again. Jiraiya was left speechless, as Naruto's words contradict everything that he wanted to say, as he had nothing to truly justify the fact about what Konoha and the people did, what the civilians did. Mostly, he said to himself as he looked up. I thought as much, said Naruto. Naruto started to move, but Jiraiya stepped in front of him. Look, kid, he said. I know there's a lot, so much that we need to talk about. After seeing what you've been doing, Naruto looked at the man curiously. Jiraiya sighed. Bringing you back to the village now would start something that would put so much life in danger. Then again, the Sanin said, while you're out here, your life is a target. I went into my spy network, and your name is all over the place. The amount that is placed on your head, combined, even from one alone, and that is Kumo, the amount is higher than every missing ninja that has ever been seen across the elemental nation. And combined, the amount is something that anyone would go after. Even normal ninjas. It would set them for life, Jiraiya said. And after my search, I found out that Naruto reached up and placed a finger towards his own lip, signifying Jiraiya to be quiet. As Naruto looked around, he then looked down. There was another floor underneath them. He felt it. The floor was protected. It was specialized seals that could hide the enemies due to the transport that was sent down there. So the fact that Naruto picked up on it was what perhaps spared them from chaos. An explosion, unlike any before. This time the entire underground facility came crashing down. The only thing that was spared was a section underneath them due to the reinforced steel placements that held it upwards. Naruto and Jiraiya though, they were crushed. Well, that is what it seems. Underneath you had 3 ninjas. They specialize in explosives, as they were hired gun for this, ghosts. They take out targets, making it look like accidents. They cause mass-wide destruction and chaos. And in that chaos, they take a lot of people. They had Naruto where they wanted him, using the panels that were up there to feel the sensitivity of the movements. And they lit it up, after getting to a safe distance of course. The explosion unable to reach them due to the severity of their distance, and not to mention the multiple steel doors. There were tunnels that led to all over, moving from mountain areas to carving out in different sections of the world, to ensure that they would always escape. Unfortunately though, they were too late to save their employer, as he was no longer with a head. However, they did not know that. They believed that he had made it through the final level. However, when they arrived, there was no one there. The 3 of them were alone. They heard something as they all turned, but they weren't fast enough. A purple spear of energy reduced them all to dust. Jiraiya was stunned as he stood behind Naruto at the amount of power that he could just easily flip out like that. The mass-wide destruction and chaos that was left in the wake. Naruto had stepped in front of the Sannin, and not a single thing got past Naruto, the force unable to truly reach him. Naruto was able to overcome and overpressure everything, and also wipe out the 3 that were in hiding as well. He had taken extra precaution to make sure that there was no kids down there, because when he first arrived here, Naruto pretended to be one of them, and he got the head count, and all of the children were safe. Time skip. The Sannin wanted to know exactly what Naruto was going to do now. As it regarded the children, Jiraiya was surprised. He was currently speaking with a woman. She and others were in charge of this orphanage. Turns out that this was not the only one. However, unlike most orphanages that lack certain resources, this place was fully funded. And it was all him. The Sannin truly felt it in that moment, understanding a piece of Naruto's mindset. It was truly horrible what he went through when he was younger. He was making sure that wouldn't happen to anyone ever again. The children that Naruto had saved through the past few years, he brought them to a new home. He brought them to somewhere that they would be able to grow up into someone decent, venture out, get a life, be happy, have a family. He saved so much in such a short amount of time. Most villages hasn't even accomplished something like this. The resource then funds. Jiraiya had no idea where they came from. But after speaking to Naruto with a simple sentence, he understood. A dead man has no need for money. Gato and all of the very powerful businessmen that Naruto had eradicated. It wasn't hard to get their bank accounts. It wasn't hard to get their goal, their physical cache. And it has been rather useful, extremely so. Naruto's desire was something much bigger than this though, but he did not know Jiraiya that well to speak to him on much. However, the sheer fact that he was here showed Jiraiya that Naruto somehow knew him more than he knew him, as Jiraiya still had no idea how he knew he was his godfather. And perhaps Naruto knew that he would not make a move to harm these kids in the slightest, and of course Jiraiya would not do something like that. The Sannin found himself mixed and, well, twisted on the matter. With the recent word of what happened, Konoha was in an uproar. Naruto Uzumaki, Hiruzen was currently fighting off council meetings after council meetings. Due to the severity of this action, there has to be a move that were going to be made because the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki has to return back to the village. The Nine-Tails was Konoha. And the moment that Kumo found out about this, well, things were going to get hectic. However, while they were here, Kumo found out. Not just Kumo though, the entire world found out just who Naruto was. How said information were to spread so quickly? No one would ever truly know now, would they? As there were some people that were hell-bent on making things go their own way even if they had to bring down destruction first. This was bad. Konoha was already being seen in a critical light, as they were now being dubbed as the enemy that raised a weapon that was sent to annihilate and weaken their opposing forces. The Raikage was a very paranoid man. Hearing all of this, he started to grow angry as the days passed by. The place was becoming tense, extremely so, and you could see it very clearly. Naruto's name was skyrocketing up there, becoming one of the most dangerous to be around, and said to be one of the most deadly. Jiraiya, now having a way to contact Naruto, even if it might take some time due to these orphanage. He had to tell him what was going on. He hadn't even told Hiruzen how that he had found Naruto. But Hiruzen wanted him to return back to the village because things just went from bad to, well, apocalyptic. Yes, extremely so. However, at the moment, Naruto was in a rather extreme situation. Bodies of Kumo ninjas could be seen on the ground. An entire platoon of shinobis. There was a lot of them being sent around. Investigations, search. This wasn't something that they could simply allow to happen and pass by. This person killed their daimyo and his entire family. The Raikage refused to make his village look like a weakling. He refused to make his village look pathetic, so he was making sure that his people were on the move. And this team in particular wasn't any normal team. And that was very obvious, as the monstrous power of the Nibi, the two-tailed cat, could be felt. At the moment, surrounded by the bodies of her comrades, some of them dead, some of them injured, she was similar in age to Naruto. They stood on a mountain. They were close towards the land of lightning. These people were truly on the hunt. The moment Naruto arrived towards the vicinity, arriving here for something very productive. After all, he had gotten some information not too long ago before he decapitated the man. They soon realized though why he wasn't hiding that much. Her power surged as she transformed, massive and large. A single paw able to crack the top of the mountain. However, said paw was split as Naruto blade, coursing with the purple energy, was able to cut through Biju chakra itself, inflicting pain on not just her but the tail beast as well. A battle that shook the top of the mountain, causing the bodies of her comrades to be blown away, as those who were still conscious quickly had to get the others to safety. She charged up a massive Biju bomb and launched it. However, Naruto compressed it downwards by retracting the force and then attracting it, causing the unstable balance to make it go rupture before it could truly get away from her. The blast ripped the top of the mountain apart and blew the Nibi. Due to the injuries that she sustained from fighting Naruto, the form started to wear off as she fell, dropping down to her death. Head first, she would definitely die. There was no doubt about that. She was weak, exhausted, hurt. However, she was caught. Confusion. Not quite understanding as he placed her down. He turned his back. "Who the hell do you think you are?" she said. "Why did you save me?" He gazed over his shoulder, looking into her eyes. When the match just began, Naruto saw it. Hope. You see, Yugito wasn't any normal individual. She spent majority of her life trying to prove that she was worthy of being where she was right now. It took a lot. That is why, with each battle, she was always riddled with confidence, believing that she would come out on top, believing that with her giving it her all, she would win. And she reminded him of her. It was the same confidence that she had, telling him that they would escape one day and they would be free. She did not understand why he didn't kill her, due to the power that she possessed. He should be afraid, extremely so, that they would come after him again, but, well, he wasn't. His action made her wonder, did he truly care? You people were never my target. However, tell your people to stop coming after me, or else they will never stop, she said. You killed the entire family, and not any normal family. Your entire existence will be plagued by shinobis coming for your head. Naruto gazed towards her as she saw his eyes. He made sure that she saw them. She looked into them and she was hypnotized. She felt heavy yet light, up yet down. Let them come, he said. With that, he was gone. At Konoha, as everything started to pour in on them, despite not having Naruto here anymore, things were becoming tense. Things were becoming bad. And one action was going to cause a little bit of chaos. Even with the upcoming Chunin exams coming up, there was one action, not even a Konoha ninja but their ally. A team got into a little squabble with the ally of Konoha as they were trying to pass through, nearby the border of the Land of Lightning. And that one little squabble, the tension started to rise. It wasn't even Konoha but their ally. The Raikage was a prideful man. His people was also prideful. And with the utter humiliation that Yugito and her team suffered, well, things got a lot more intense. At the moment though, Naruto was going over some files. As Naruto was scheming for days now, he remembered the words. The man told him before he died. It was a ghost. The words had sent Naruto to many places. And Naruto was sure that he was correct. All of this linked back to Konoha. The man was Danzo Shimura. Yes, he was. Danzo was a very smart, brilliant man in many ways of conserving himself and keeping his identities a secret. However, people did not trust that easily. The ghost. His information led to someone that had information on their buyer's identity, which led Naruto to someone that had information on his identity, which led him to somewhere else, and 15 other places. And Naruto finally found it. It was during the Third Great Ninja War, where Danzo was roaming around the world with his root operatives. His detail and image were able to get through on a small scale. Thus, they knew who he was. They were trying to use this for future blackmail, but that wasn't possible anymore. As standing around and behind Naruto was nothing but bodies, destruction and chaos in his wake. As Naruto read through the reports, as he read through everything, these people wanted to have a backup plan in case Danzo made a move against them to wipe them out because of their association. Hundreds, nearing to the thousands of kids, multiple died due to the treatment that they went through. As Naruto read through it, haunting flashbacks, the whipping, the hitting, the punching, returned to his mind as he socialized himself into these children situations. He wanted them as pawns, as tools, as weapons. The rage inside of Naruto could be seen. Laughter could be heard. Deep, gruggling laughter. Behind Naruto's smoke started to gather. Naruto was the only one that could see this, as you could see the two star-pointed eyes gazing towards him. The cursed fox now stood behind Naruto. The Kuriton energy turning the fox into something else. This man is the very definition of evil. You would be in the same situation if you were placed in his hands. You say that you're fighting for the children, the people, for their future, because you need a reason to go on. And this man is so deep in it. Ripping him to pieces should satisfy a lot of those urges. Then again, he is in Konoha. Are you sure that you're capable of facing that village and not feeling the rage of knowing that they left you for dead in the woods? Are you sure that you can look at them without slaughtering them where they stand? Those villagers, after all, they are the monsters. The whisper of the cursed fox, trying to taint Naruto's soul even darker. However, as Naruto gazed upwards, you could see the Kuriton effect on the six eyes. You could see the power, you could see the rage. As Naruto vowed that he would remove Danzo Shamura from this world, and no one will stop him. But guys, the end episode right here. If you want to see the next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.